What up, dudes? So this is a video I never thought I'd ever make. Today's topic is on sobriety. I made a video in 2016 or 2017 titled I Do Drugs or something like that. That was meant to be like a shock factor video where I was coming out about my psychedelic use. The reason I did that, I knew that no one would care and people would just figure it out on their own, but I felt the need to tell people so that they could stop assuming. But I realize now that I don't need to tell you anything. I don't need to tell anybody anything about my life or about myself. I've definitely been oversharing for years and I need to chill out. But this video might actually help people, so that's why I'm making this one. I've been completely sober for a couple weeks now. I did a lot of weed in America, in California, where it's legal. I used to go into a dispensary and just buy any kind of edibles I wanted. They would have lollipops, they would have lemonade. It's like really exciting, fun stuff. Coming from the UK and then just traveling to America and just experiencing this thing that is very futuristic, because weed is still a long way off from being recreationally legal in the UK. So just traveling there and experiencing that, it was like, wow, this is a glimpse of what's possible. And people in California are just so chilled out. Probably not because of just the weed. I mean, the weather's perfect there. There's a lot of clout there, so people are just generally more energetic because they want to stand out. But just having weed legal and you can just access it so easily made it very exciting. As a result, a lot of the weed there is highly potent. Some of the edibles I was having would make me hallucinate pretty consistently. So I've been taking drugs, psychedelics mostly, for healing purposes, exploration purposes. There are other dimensions that we can access by consuming these plants. Because they're illegal, there's just not enough information about them for us to really understand them fully. So I was doing these self-experiments so I could learn and not have to rely on someone else's info. I did that for a few years, but lately, past few years, I've been spending a lot more time on my own, and taking psychedelics alone isn't a very smart choice because I kept going off into the wilderness and having a really hard time and not having any kind of human anchor to bring me back to this reality. So I would just drift off and get to some scary places where I couldn't talk myself out of it. I couldn't come back. And as a result, I have a lot of PTSD from these trips. And that's just the reality of experimenting. I knew the risks and I still tried it. Now this PTSD doesn't affect me really day to day. I had an experience on mushrooms where the police found us and I had to sit in the back of a police car and be taken home. Now nothing happened legally, like they were just trying to get us from A to B. Didn't get in any kind of trouble, but just that experience alone of being in the back of a cop car, feeling absolutely helpless and not really understanding why I was in the back of a cop car, and being in that childlike state where you're under the influence of mushrooms and you're behaving like a kid. I just couldn't stop crying basically, and that experience has now made me really afraid of authoritative figures, and I try to avoid them at all costs. But there are other experiences on LSD where I went far too deep, saw some stuff that I still can't make sense of. It showed me some things that I don't think I'll ever understand. And that's just the nature of psychedelics, is sometimes they'll show you so much that makes sense in the moment, but then when you come back, you can't really digest it properly, and it doesn't really help your life, it just makes it more confusing. And life is confusing enough as it is. So the past 2 or 3 years I've really been chilling out on the psychedelics. I haven't taken a full dose of anything in a couple of years. That's not true. I took a tab. I've never done anything more than a dose, like a threshold dose, in the past few years. And I've only done acid once a year for the past 2 or 3 years. So it's not something that I've been so enthusiastic about. Obviously, I still believe in the benefits of psychedelics as a healing tool. They should be used in a ceremony setting with trip sitters and sober people to make sure that they can anchor you and bring you back down if you get too lost. But because I've been spending so much time alone, I just haven't had trip sitters that I feel comfortable enough going deep down the hole. I just haven't felt the need to either. So psychedelics to me have never been something that's just like a fun thing to do. Psychedelics are terrifying, and it takes a lot of willpower to go down these holes. So yeah, I just haven't been doing them. I've been microdosing mushrooms for seasonal affective disorder. That's about all I've done in the past few years. I'm making this video because I feel like a lot of people that watch my content probably do drugs. I know some of you do drugs, and you can't pretend like you don't. Why else would you? So I feel like it's necessary and actually useful for me to make this kind of video today. So weed, I've only ever eaten it. I've never smoked it. I never want to smoke it. I believe that it's supposed to be eaten. It's a personal choice. If you want to put smoke in your lungs, sure. But I think getting high by eating it just makes more sense. So this love-hate relationship I have with it, the past couple of years I haven't been in America. So the weed that I've been getting has not been anywhere close to as potent, and I haven't hallucinated on weed in a few years, 2 or 3 years maybe. And that was kind of what I was always seeking, is I love hallucinations because you can learn a lot about them. They'll show you like the future and things like that. And I haven't had any kind of visual hallucinations on weed in a couple of years because of the quality of the weed in Europe is just not up to par because it's illegal. Almost everywhere in Europe it's still illegal. There's no standard to abide by. Companies don't really have the competition. They'll just make whatever and sell whatever to whoever. It's just not the same as the weed in legal places. I just haven't been getting the effects that I want. All it's been doing to me is killing my work ethic, killing my enthusiasm for life. It's been dumbing me down. It's been ruining my short-term memory. Yeah, I just feel like I come out of it not gaining anything. All I do is lose time. Well, none of us have time to lose. We should be using all of it to the best of our abilities and enjoying it. Like, sure, I enjoy being high, but then when I come down, I'm like, well, okay, well, that was fun. Okay, I guess I'll sleep and then do it again tomorrow. And that's the addict in me. That's the mindset that's got me into all kinds of trouble in the past, is that I don't know when to stop. So luckily, I'm noticing it now. I feel like I'm noticing it early. And I've known this for a while, is that I'm not enjoying weed the same way I used to, because the weed I'm taking isn't the same weed as I used to take. It's just very different. If you've never tried California weed, I don't think you'll ever understand how potent it can be and what it can do to you. It's not a matter of how much you take, it's just the quality of the weed. For me personally, whenever I took it, the first couple hours it would make me very sociable, and I'm quite introverted in person. I don't go out my way to make conversation unless the person I'm with is somebody I can really vibe with, someone that I really trust and I can open up to. If I feel like you're around me for a negative reason, I'm not going to open up to you. I can read people in an instant. The plant would make me sociable with anyone. So that was one of the benefits. And then a few hours in, as I'm coming up and peaking on the edible, usually I would usually then get all these inspirational thoughts where I would get video ideas and life ideas and just stuff. Stuff would come to me and I would write it down, but then I would never act on it because I was too high. I was too high to actually create. A few more hours in, then the hunger kicks in. It doesn't matter if I take sativa or indica, the hunger kicks in and I'm just snacking. I'm snacking on stuff that is bad for me. And I'm very health conscious. I don't like to eat things that are bad for my body because it makes my skin break out, it makes me gain weight really fast, and I just feel sluggish. Like, weed would turn me into a slug, and I don't like feeling like that. Also, what I would do with weed is, if I buy some, I would binge it. So it'd be a daily activity. I'd do it every morning. And I'd do about 100 milligrams, which would last for 6 hours, but then you get like these after effects that kind of go throughout the day and into the night. And then I wouldn't really feel sober until the morning, and then I would do it again. So for a few weeks, I would just lose time. That time I'll never get back. I don't remember much of it. Like, I obviously did things, nothing substantial that is stuck in my mind. So no matter how fun the weed experience was, I would never feel good because I wouldn't accomplish anything. It's not like I was wasting money on it because I was never really buying that much. I think I would spend like 50 euros a month or something on it like that, which in the grand scheme of things isn't much, but I would only ever do it once every 3 months or so. But then since I've been here, it's been once every 2 months. It's been increasing. I'm trying to pinpoint why that is. And it's because I have so much going on. I have so many projects going on at the same time that I get overwhelmed and I don't want to complete any of them. So I would use weed as a numbing agent. I would use it as sort of a sedative to numb my emotions and my thoughts. It would calm me down, chill me out. But I'm calm in real life anyway. The only reason I wouldn't be calm is if I'm overwhelmed by work. And that's work that I create for myself so I can feel accomplished. So it's not like someone's giving me tasks to do. I'm giving myself tasks. And then I'm numbing myself so that I don't have to do those tasks. So I've got like two sides of me that are fighting against each other. And weed's just weed's just the glue in the middle. So I realized that I have these goals in life, places that I want to be. I see a version of myself that I'm trying to become. Weed just is not helping me get there. I guess I'm making this to speak it into reality so everyone is aware that I'm done. I'm done with it. It's over. I can't see myself going back to America anytime soon, so I don't even need to dream about getting better weed. It's just like, that's just not another thing. I think that I just want to remain sober, work on my goals, drink a lot of water. Like, I don't need drugs to create. I don't need drugs to become the person that I want to become. I'm not doing this to change the way people think about me. I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I don't care what you guys think. I don't care what the rest of the internet thinks. I don't care what my family think. People that know me in real life know me. They know who I am, they know what I like, they know how I behave in real life. Drugs is just something that's just been lingering. It's been lingering, and I've been using them for healing mostly, but then other times I've been using it to numb myself, so it's just counterproductive. There's just too many things that I want to achieve, and weed just isn't it. I'm not the type of person that can work while under the influence of weed. I would take weeks and weeks off of work and not upload any videos because I was just high. And then when I come out of that binge, once the weed's all gone and I've run out, then I have nothing to show for it. I don't gain anything. And I'm sure there's people out there watching this that can relate in some way, that have been smoking weed for years and haven't truly accomplished what they want to accomplish. Hopefully this video is making you realize that that's probably the thing that's holding you back. As much as people like to pretend like it isn't, for a lot of us, we just simply can't achieve what we want to achieve while high. It's not very easy to do. Yeah, I'm making this for that reason. I hope that I'm making it for myself so that I can get it off my chest and to tell people, hey, I'm sober now. I'm not doing drugs or abusing drugs. I'm just simply working on my goals, trying to become a better human. And I hope that me saying that can help some of you to realize that, hey, maybe there are drugs in your life that are holding you back. And yeah, if there are, or if you need someone to talk to, just leave a comment down below. I'll be down there, I'll respond to everybody, but also if you are someone who has been through drug abuse, if you've been relying on drugs in any way, maybe you can help people down in the comments that are also struggling. Like this little community that we built, I want you guys to be able to talk to each other. Don't feel like the person who's commenting below you is any different to you. Like, we are all very similar people, I'm sure, because we've all been gravitated to this channel. I've pulled you all in for some reason, so we're all probably sharing similar issues, sharing similar interests. So please talk to each other. I'll be down there too. Drugs aren't the problem. It's the way that we use and abuse them. That's the problem. And I realize that the relationship I have with all these different drugs, it becomes unhealthy when I let it. I don't want the risk of letting them take over again, so I'm just cutting them all off. Who knows how long this will last? I'm sure if DMT enters my life, I'll probably try it, but at the moment, and for the foreseeable future, I'm done. I'm just gonna stay sober. I'm gonna work hard. Like the past couple of weeks, I've been working out hella a lot. I've been working out real hard, trying to get back into shape a bit more and lose the weight that I put on. I haven't touched any snacks. I'm now just eating nuts and fruit. So I'm trying to lose the weight that I gained. And I'm sure no one's noticed, but I notice, and it's just, I don't like looking and feeling that way. If I feel uncomfortable taking my shirt off, then I know that there's an issue. It's just so interesting what drugs do to different people, and for me, they just don't gel. I didn't touch any drugs until I was 18, and then I tried caffeine and alcohol. And 10 years later, I'm done with it all. I quit alcohol in 2014, quit MDMA in 2016, and now I'm quitting everything else. Weed, acid, mushrooms. I was only really taking those three. I was only ever doing mushrooms and acid in microdoses. But weed, I was doing 100 milligrams a day and just sedating myself. I was becoming a shell of a person, and I didn't like it. And I pushed a lot of friends away during that time too. So yeah, that's the video. I've been Jason, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch a vlog that I made this week, there'll be a bunch more coming out this week also. Here on the screen. The vlogs are all posted on my second channel, which is there. If you press that, you can subscribe to it. Press the button here, you can subscribe to this one. And here is the last video I made on this channel. The last video I made on this channel was scrolling TikTok for 24 hours. Why did I make that video? I don't know. I just wanted to try it. So, yeah, alright. Thank you so much for watching. Be kind to yourself, stay safe out there. yeah, hopefully no more drug videos from me. Alright, peace.